All right, Dale,
All right.
thank you very much.
I've got some tweets.
Uh-oh. People are weighing in on Twitter, huh?
Well, this is Emmanuel Sanders.
Oh,
Post-game tweets.
wow.
Too
Yeah,
little-
I read those last night. Go
Too
ahead.
little, too late.
Yeah,
And you put twos instead of TWO because you gotta fit it in.
two.
With Twitter.
Right. Too legit to quit is one of my other favorites.
Wow. Okay. Here's another one. That was special. Two teams. Number two. Once again.
Right.
Two teams laying everything on the line. Much love to fans from both sides. The energy was insane. Need a bye after that battle, which they're getting, and then they got to take on another tough team.
Yeah, well, Sanders, I think, is an upgrade to this offense. You
Absolutely.
can clearly see that in the first three games. But one thing we do need to look at, and you look at the Facebook. I was proud of Peyton the O-line for taking it to OT, but disappointed in the defense in OT. I disagree with that as well. Horrible play calling. How do we got to start playing football earlier than wait until 2 minutes left in the fourth. I mean, the game just rolls sometimes that way, man. You just got to go all the way up to the end. What if the Broncos would have gotten the coin toss and won the game?
Right.
We would be saying, oh, the run game, the conservative play calling, defense was gassed again. Would any of that be coming
Right.
up if the Broncos would have won?
I don't know. Maybe
Well-
the run game. Maybe the run game.
And that's you can say what if about everything,
Right.
But you go to overtime, like I said, and another one is how can you say this team has improved over last year's Super Bowl team? Peyton's numbers are nowhere near they were this year after 3 games. They are 2-1. They were 3-0 last year. But when you look at the Super Bowl and how they played against the Seahawks, and you look at yesterday and how they played against the Seahawks, that's where I think you see the improvement.
They competed.
You
I mean,
hung
they
with
really
them,
didn't
not in a
compete.
neutral field, but in their building.
Right.
You hung with the Seahawks up until the bitter end into overtime. I see improvement between Super Bowl team, especially defense, and team we saw yesterday, especially defense.
Well, yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm telling you, I've called it 13-3. We're going 13-3. We're going to the bowl.
All right.
We'll
Well,
see what
Chris
it's have
Harris
to
Jr.
see.
said, I want to see these guys again. We'll see.
Yeah.
Right now, we're going to see Justin Adams again.
Come on in, buddy.
Hey, my kid, one of them, I have twin 9-year-old boys, took Emmanuel Sanders on his fantasy team.
Nice.
Played him yesterday, although we were debating out. Justin,
Yes.
I was like, look,
Yes. Let me
they're
actually
playing the
step here.
Seahawks.
Get big.
Here, I'm just the small guy.
Lufer, you
in
get
this.
over there.
Come here,
Okay,
Lufer.
you
Come
kind
on, man.
of let's
That's how
put
you do it.
Justin
I
in
need
the
like
middle.
a stool.
This is the middle's the
Put on
hot
this
seat.
side, Now, earlier I had my shirt on, so I had the little coat on.
I know, they said no coats.
no
Yeah.
coats. That's like the rule over here. They didn't tell me. So
Look, I told my son Quinn, I was like, they're playing the Seahawks.
Yes.
Best defense from last year in the NFL. Do you really want to take a receiver who's playing the Seahawks? And he was like, yeah, I'm doing it. And so he had Emmanuel Sanders on his fantasy team
He was
yesterday.
awesome. He was
Great
awesome.
job, right?
Emmanuel Sanders did an awesome job. I mean, and just the way that he played, had over 100 yards receiving, especially on the last drive. I mean, he just went crazy. So great job by the Broncos, by Emmanuel Sanders. But he's not the guy that I picked this week
All right,
as
so,
the fantasy football man this week.
okay, what do we got this week?
Well, who I have is Julio Jones. Now, Thursday Night Football, pretty much if you're out there, if you're listening, whenever Thursday Night Football happens, the defense really usually doesn't show up too much. And a lot of times the offense does. And one guy that showed up was for the Falcons, Julio Jones. He had 9 receptions, 161 yards, and
Right.
2 touchdowns. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Here's another guy that did pretty well, Rashad Jennings, so running back for the New York Giants. 34 carries, which, not a lot of, fantasy football leagues you get points for carries.
Right.
But you do get points for 176 yards rushing.
34 carries.
Yeah, 34
Good
carries,
gosh.
176 yards rushing, and then a touchdown. So, touchdown to boot, that's pretty good.
Did they win?
Only one, all right.
See, that's
a
what I'm
shocker.
saying.
It's a shocker.
No,
I know.
that's what I'm saying. You go back to the Broncos as well with 36 total yards
Right.
rushing. Can you win in the NFL by
No.
being one-dimensional without having a running game at
And
all? Can you win?
I'm glad that you mentioned that because that's one of the guys who was my bad this week, which is Monte Ball, 14 carries, only 38 yards, and a fumble. And a fumble.
Right.
Doesn't help
First
you out
play.
a lot. Another guy who you think will do pretty well, Aaron Rodgers. 16 completions, 60 for 27. Only 162 yards and a
Yeah.
touchdown against the Lions. Yikes, that's not good at all, fellas. So,
Well,
but,
and the
yeah.
Patriots, they didn't do too well. I mean,
No. Tom Brady didn't do too well.
Exactly.
Also, he didn't have 200 yards passing. Only had 1 touchdown pass to Rob Gronkowski.
Gronk.
Gronk.
The Gronk man.
Well,
so.
I said this the last 3 weeks now, guys. Would you rather be,
Right.
in New England today, even though you won? I mean,
Oh, yeah.
think of the questions they're getting.
16 to 9
Patriots
against
fans,
Yes.
the Giants, All these teams, the Packers.
Yeah.
Would
all
you?
those
Yeah.
guys.
I mean, we're sitting here 2-1, taking the Super Bowl champs into overtime, and we're nitpicking because expectations here in Denver are up here, dude. It's Super Bowl win or bust
our
at this
expectations
point.
are me tall.
Super
and
Bowl
you might
win
want to put it down to
or
Eric tall,
bust.
just a little bit. That's all. Yeah.
We got to
keep
win it this
making
year.
fun of
So,
my shortness.
and if your expectations are that high, yes,
Yeah.
we can look at this and we can rip our team
Exactly.
for taking the defending champs to overtime and almost winning the game. We can do that.
Yeah,
But I will
Because-
say this: we got to be careful because the Chargers, they're good this
Dude,
year.
San Diego
It's
is going to
tied.
make noise.
And you know that's
Wow.
the thing. Like lately, it's last few years, it's like we're going to win the division, so it doesn't matter. We can go 10-6, we'll probably
Right.
win the division.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm thinking
No,
we can't
Chargers
lose
are
more
gonna
than
put up
4
a fight.
games. I don't. I think if we lose more than 4 games, I think San Diego might take the West. I don't know. That's just my guess.
Don't forget about it the next couple of games. The Broncos do play against San Diego, but it's on Thursday night, a short week, so that's very tough. Now, before I leave, I don't want to leave you, Lionel. Now, I know you're hurting on your fantasy team. I'm here to help you. I'm here for you, shirt out and everything.
Nice, I like it.
I do what I can. I try to be
Anybody
the
who's
best
playing the
connoisseur.
Bucks,
Right.
basically.
Pretty much anybody who's playing the Bucks, or if you have Kirk Cousins, Washington
man.
Redskins quarterback, stepping in for RG3 who's injured, Robert Griffin III. 427 yards passing yesterday
Right.
and 3 touchdowns. If you need a guy, pick him up. Like
He
now.
came in the week before that and was
Yeah.
lights out as
That's
well.
it. So get him before
That's
your sons
it.
do.
Kirk Cousins, the Redskins, that's your pick.
I did so bad. I didn't even do a fantasy this year. I just
It's
beep.
okay. No, but did you do like a pick 'em? Do you pick the teams? throughout
You
the
know
week?
what? No, I haven't even. I got my season tickets. I watched my Broncos.
Okay.
That's all I need.
Okay. But Lionel, I know you did a pick 'em, so
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it to you. You're the man with the pick 'em. and
Yeah, maybe
Eric,
not a good pick 'em, that's for sure.
I'm just going to pray for you. That's okay. All right. I'll be out of here.
Maybe
All right,
next year.
Justin.
Maybe next year I'll do it.
But yeah, you brought up the pick 'em. We've got it on the denverchannel.com, Orange and Blue Review. We have the pick 'em contest.